Do you think glue boards are a great solution to solve rat and mouse infestations? You're wrong. They actually can make it a lot more challenging to eliminate an infestation. We'll go over why. Stay tuned. Let's talk about what glue boards are and how they work. Glue boards comes in lots of different shapes and sizes. You can get small ones, you can get longer ones, or you can even get very large ones. You want to pick a glue board for either mice or rats or the area that you're covering. They're very easy to use because all you do is peel back the protective layer, expose the large adhesive area, and depending on the glue board that you have, it will either be pre-baited with the scent, or you use an attractant such as peanut butter or even cheese by putting it in the middle of the glue board, so when the rodent goes to feed, they get stuck, caught, and then you can physically remove them. You place them in any area where you may see droppings, activity, rub marks, or anything else that indicates that a rat or mouse has been there. Let's go over what happens when you use a glue board. So you've peeled it back, you've set your board, and look, you've got yourself a rat or a mouse trapped on the glue board. Great, not quite. The reason why this isn't great is as soon as these rodents get stuck, they can't move, they can't go anywhere, but they're still alive. So what they start doing is communicating vocally. They'll squeak and make noises for any other mice or rats that are part of the colony to say, avoid this area, avoid this trap, or avoid the bait that's on the trap. They'll also be very stressed out. So both their urine, feces, and pheromones will say, do not come here, and put a negative signal out. So now you, as the person looking to get rid of an infestation, takes the mouse or rat away, gets rid of it, replaces the glue board, and you notice, there's no more, I must have solved the issue. It's not. They're just going to avoid that area, and you won't really realize how bad that infestation is getting. The last piece of it that a lot of people talk about glue boards is ethically, it is not very humane. Because they get stuck, they can't get off, they pull, they move, and they essentially just either starve to death over time, or they suffer until you go to dispatch them when you pick them up. So it's not a great way to deal with these rodents. So now that we've gone over why you don't want to use glue boards and how they can actually negatively impact eliminating an infestation, what do you use? Well, let's go to the three main things that generally work the best. Start off with mechanical traps. Mechanical traps, as soon as a rodent goes for the bait, it gives you a very fast, ethical dispatch. So what that means is, one, they aren't going to suffer, and two, because they are essentially killed right away, they won't have any time to be stressed out and release any of those pheromones in their urine dropping or even communicate to the other ones. You can use snap traps like this, hinge traps like this. You can also look at using bait stations. The reason bait stations are more effective is because when the rodents go in and feed off of the bait, they don't realize what's happening. So when they're feeding, they'll actually release a pheromone that says, this is good, this is food, come here and feed. So it will attract other rodents to come in and feed off of the bait. And because they don't die at the bait station, they don't connect the dots on it. So this is way more effective, and it's not going to deter any other rodents from traveling in the area. And of course, the best gold standard for getting rid of an infestation is making sure you seal up any of those areas. So the best form of elimination essentially is prevention. You want to make sure all the cracks, crevices, and holes that are allowing mice and rats to access into an area that's infested are eliminated so that no new ones are coming in. They can't get out to go get other additional food sources or nest off that area. So we have a ton of other videos on these. Check those out. So now that you know why glue boards can actually hinder eliminating a rodent infestation, they do exist, you can purchase them everywhere, so they must be useful. And the answer is, they can be when used properly. So the first thing is, if you ever do use a glue board, you always want to make sure that it is in a sealed container. So let's go over what we talked about today. We started off by going, what are glue boards? Different styles of glue boards, different baits that people use on glue boards. We then talked about what actually happens when a mouse or rat gets stuck on there, how they can verbally, pheromones and through droppings and urine signal that this is danger and actually prevent mice and rats from coming around that area. We then talked about effective methods to use instead of glue boards, traps, bait stations, and ultimately sealing and excluding any potential entry points to prevent them from getting in. And lastly, we talked about why glue boards exist, how to use them safely, and when to use them. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on our social media channels. Please go to the link below and you can download our free pest prevention calendar that's designed to keep your home safe from all pests seasonally.